footpath is his first dance floor. But he will use his musical talents to rise in the world. From the unknown Sadak Chhap Anil, he will become disco superstar Jimmy. Subhash's cult classic, Disco Dancer, is a story about realizing one's dreams. Right from the early scenes which show little Anil playfully skipping around with his guitar. Anil is only a street performer, but he wants to become a big kalakar. Getting revenge is also a motivation.
गाना तो तेरा अब मैं सुनूंगा हरामजादे।
देखो सेठ, गाली मत दो, हम तुम्हारी छोकरी के आगे।
ज़बान लड़ाता है का बच्चा।
छोड़ दे माँ।
But the path to his dreams is littered with obstacles.
Disco Dancer is a story of a son, who has seen his mother suffering, and he wants to give her the best in life. And that I think every son wants.
घबराने की कोई जरूरत नहीं माँ, हम जेल के बाहर ही बैठे हैं। हमने फैसला भी कर लिया है कि हम जल्दी बड़े हो जाएंगे और उस बंगले वाले सेठ को छोड़ेंगे नहीं। बेटा। बम्बई से आया मेरा दोस्त, को सलाम करो।
Even when he grows up and becomes a star dancer, he must deal with the jealousy and the scheming of his rival, the former disco champion, Sam.
No, I'm great. I'm still great. Great. I'm a thing forever. Forever.
Jimmy is sort of a street performer, Sammy is the disco dancer, and then as time passes, Sammy's sort of sunsets and Jimmy's sunrises, etc. And so, but that's all new to our audience, right? The rise of a star, how he's handling the fame, the ego.
Disco Dancer was path-breaking because of the way it brought the disco culture and Western pop music to the Indian context.
The way we understand or perceive disco music is quite different from what the West perceives and understands disco as. Over here, somehow or the other, people used to think that disco was just a particular kind of dance, but really it isn't. It's a whole lot of things put together.
In the 70s, disco was a huge sensation in the West, with films like Saturday Night Fever, which turned John Travolta into a superstar, and the success of bands like the Bee Gees and ABBA. Disco Dancer brought these very elements into a standard rags-to-riches story.
Saturday Night Live had just happened in the West, and I think that maybe some parts of it were inspired, whatever, but the idea that you could, and there was no context in India for disco dance, like the idea that an ordinary man would suddenly want to become a disco dancer is not an ambition that was previously ever harbored in our cinema, right? You wanted Vijay to beat Amjad Khan. You wanted someone to have injustice against his own family corrected. You had that kind of a story. You had an evil business empire of smugglers destroyed. That you can understand. But someone wanting to be a disco dancer by defeating a villain disco dancer is just such a unique concept, right? And And I thought that idea was genius.
कुछ नई चीज दे रहे हैं, they love it. तो नया म्यूजिक, नया स्टाइल ऑफ डांसिंग, नया पैरामीटर, टोटल पैरामीटर चेंज हो जाता है. वंस योर सब्जेक्ट अगर ऐसा है कि which has got newness in that, तो उसमें सारी चीजें नई आ जाती हैं.
Incidentally, some of Jimmy's dance moves in the film were also inspired by a young singer-dancer, Michael Jackson, whose album Off the Wall had just become a huge hit. The nimble-footed Mithun Chakraborti was the perfect actor to embody the role of the Desi Travolta and Jackson.
नहीं, मुझे राजेश खन्ना ने बोला, तो he said कि this is the best choice you have. Disco dancer today time only मिथुन चक्रवर्ती can do. कोई नहीं कर सकता.
Mithuna is a great actor, and he also was a great dancer. Now this combination for India is the best combination. You're a great actor and you're a great dancer. Not many actors are good dancers. They struggle all the time. But here was this guy who could dance his legs off. He could act, made people cry, you know.
This part marked a career shift for Mithun, who had earlier worked in art films like Mrinal Sen's Mrigya, for which he won a national award.
Mrigya had got him national award, and after getting national award, बेचारे को he had to struggle, very strange. तो बड़ा परेशान सा लग रहा था, तो then I told him, don't worry, मैं तुम्हारे साथ एक फिल्म बनाऊंगा, and you are going to be a superstar.
If you really hear the song, it's got a couple of stages. It starts with a very rock kind of a thing. I'm a disco dancer, oh zindagi mera gaana, tu jhumo, tu nacho, aur mere saath nacho gao. I am a disco dancer, pa 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 rap. So it had that very peppy, very rock, and then it started with a little bit of qawwali. Ye log kehte hain, main tab bhi gaata tha, jab bol pata nahi tha. And then then the next verse it goes to a very romantic. Jawani ek leher hai, jawani ek nasha hai, jawani jis pe aaye, वही जाने ये क्या है.
Mithun would go on to be one of Bollywood's most popular leading men of the 1980s. However, it was Bappi Lahiri's memorable music that brought just the right mood to this offbeat story.
Bappi was very talented, like perfect, musician जिसको बोलते हैं. That's why he became Bappi Lahiri जब disco dancer के बाद तो Bappi Lahiri के सिवा कोई नजर ही नहीं आता था. कोई वहाँ आहा नाचे नाचे, सारे हंसी आहा नाचे नाचे, सारे जवां आहा नाचे.
Even though one of the most popular tracks, Aua Aua, was a direct lift of Thomas Dolby's Video Killed the Radio Star, the song became a sensation.
I love the lyrics. I love the lyrics because there's one line which says, "Mane na mane koi, हमने तो माना यही, सुनना सुनाना bang bang."
माने ना माने कोई, हमने तो माना यही, सुनना सुनाना bang bang.
One of the notable things about the songs was that they actually carried the story forward, unlike most other Hindi films of the time.
I don't think anybody did a musical, like all our films are musicals, but the story would stop. So like whether it was Jitendra or Amitabh, the story would stop and then they would singing and dancing and it would continue. Here it sort of incorporated it into the story, right? So every song sequence was justified because it was the rise of Jimmy the disco dancer. He was becoming something.
In fact, the film's climax was particularly interesting because it combined 3 different songs. First, Jimmy Jimmy, where Jimmy's girlfriend Rita tries to persuade him to dance.
Jimmy, Jimmy, acha, acha, acha. Jimmy, Jimmy, acha, acha, acha. Acha re mere sath, ye jagi jagi raat. Pukar tujhe sun, sunna ke wahi dhun.
गोरों की ना कालों की दुनिया है दिल वालों की हंस के जिए.
Then, Goro Ki Na Kalon Ki, sung by his beloved uncle and mentor, played by Rajesh Khanna in a guest appearance.
गोरों की ना कालों की दुनिया है दिल वालों की.
And finally, Yaad Aa Raha Hai, when Jimmy finally picks up the guitar and takes the stage again.
कहाँ हम कहाँ तुम हुए तुम कहाँ तुम अभी जाए के बाद.
The songs take place one after the other, and the effect is almost like a stage musical.
And climax में 3 गाने थे. जिमी जिमी आजा आजा, then याद आ रहा है, and then राजेश खन्ना का गोरो की ना कालो की. So I was worried कि अगर climax में ये उठ गए तो no then, but they were clapping. So it is music. If अगर आपकी फिल्म का part है, nobody can get up.
Well, it started a trend, you know, it started a trend. I remember some of our very renowned music directors who were very much steeped into classical and very much steeped into the Indianness. They got a little upset with these songs and they said, "Kya hai ye Western culture le aaye in log, ye nahi jamega, and we don't like it," and they were angry with us.
The costumes used in Disco Dancer were also trendsetters for Bollywood. Mithun's tight trousers, open shirt and body-hugging vest combined the look of music superstars from Elvis Presley to Michael Jackson. Hindi film viewers hadn't seen their heroes dressed like this ever before.
एक थोड़ा सा different करने की एक feeling थी कि एक different हो जो कभी देखी नहीं हो.
The film was never considered an A-grade production by the critics, but it developed a big cult following.
गिटार फोबिया हो गया है.
गिटार फोबिया?
हाँ, यानी कि उसके दिल में गिटार के लिए डर बैठ गया है.
Today, blogs and websites discuss the many cheesy dialogues. In the film, there are over-the-top characters. Imagine a hitman who specializes in killing famous musicians. And there are unintentional, funny scenes, such as the most unusual death of a Hindi movie ma that you'll ever see. Ultimately, Disco Dancer means different things to different viewers. Jimmy's success is an inspirational tale about a man beating the odds. But the music, the dance numbers and the glitter are major attractions also.
It can be a family entertainer, it can be an entertainer for the cynical generation. You can look at the dancing as brilliant, you can look at the dancing as ridiculous, but there are very few movies that rise all these emotions together among rich people, poor people, educated people, you know. So I think very few films are about bringing people together, and I think very few movies do that.
यारो मैं तो यहाँ की तरह सारे गम दिल के भुला के
Disco Dancer was the first collaboration between B. Subhash, Bappi Lahiri and Mithuna. But it was followed by others like Kasam Paida Karne Wale Ki, Commando and most notably Dance Dance.
The best thing will be Mithun. You know, I told him one day, Mithun, एक चीज तो डेफिनेटली हो गई है कि जहाँ डिस्को डांसर का नाम आएगा तुम्हारा नाम आएगा, और जहाँ तुम्हारा नाम आएगा वहाँ डिस्को डांसर का नाम आएगा.
Bollywood has always been known for its romantic heroes and tragedy kings. But Mithun became the dancing superstar of Hindi movies. And viewers today continue to sway to the sights and sounds of Disco Dancer.
I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. जिंदगी मेरा गाना. मैं किसी का दीवाना. तो झूमो तो नाचो और मेरे साथ नाचो गाओ.